I personally, at the beginning of my self improvement journey, it was really hard for me to manage my negative emotions. I've just been consuming content on, oh, do affirmations, think positive thoughts, ignore every single negative thought that you get, yada, yada, yada. And that's not healthy. Yes, you do need to think good thoughts, form good beliefs, and have positive assumptions about yourself. But mastering your negative emotions is also a really important part of your journey. From my perspective, the divine feminine journey, the most divine being that you can be, your highest, most best, most ideal self that a woman can be with someone with feminine core essence, is to master their light side and their dark side. Your light side is basically all the positive, good feeling, confident, happy emotions. All these good emotions make up your light side of feminine energy: playfulness, being relaxed, spontaneity, all those good feeling emotions. But we also have a dark side to us. And that dark side is our negative emotions. You can't just fully focus on the light side and nurture that and make that amazing. You need to focus on the dark side as well, which is managing your negative emotions. Otherwise, you're not properly growing. You're not developing spiritually at all. The dark part of ourselves is our shadow self, our ego. The negative emotions, the anger, the stress, the tension, the fear. You need to learn how to manage these emotions and deal with them in a healthy way in order to become your best self that gets all of their desires effortlessly. Now, the negative side of us. How we deal with this, usually in an unhealthy way, is by suppressing it. When we have emotions of fear, jealousy, anger, most of the time, our first instinct is to suppress it. Suppress it, push it down, ignore it, and then maybe in the dead of night when you're sad, cry it out. And then suppress it again. That's basically the cycle that we go through with our negative emotions if you haven't been taught to deal with them properly. And there's not many videos that actually teach you how to do it, which is crazy. But I'm here how to teach. I'm here to teach you now how you can deal with your emotions in a healthy way. Now, this negative part of you, you can't suppress it. The most important thing is to not suppress it. So when you're feeling overwhelmed that by something that happened in your life, something sad, something that triggered you, made you feel all these emotions, suppressing it is the worst way to go about it. There's an even better way to go about it, which is scary, which is really scary, but it will bring you the most peace and growth. And that is to actually feel those emotions. What you do is that you find a safe, comfortable place. Find a safe, comfortable place where you're safe. Take a few deep breaths. You're alone. Have your favorite cup of tea next to you. Play some relaxing music. Take a few deep breaths. Calm down and let those emotions rise up. Let that experience rise up inside of you. And every single emotion that comes, every single emotion that surfaces, let it be. Observe it. Let it flow up into your body. Let it flow up. Don't resist it. Just let it come. It's painful, but this will save you so many years of having suppressed emotions, which are gonna harm your body and your mind so much the longer you keep them in. When I was suppressing my emotions instead of properly dealing with them, my life sucked. My life sucked at that time because it would increase the more I suppressed it. These negative emotions would increase the more I suppressed it. And when I tried to switch my thinking to a positive frame of mind, the negative emotions were just too overwhelming and it made me feel so uncomfortable. And I wasn't getting what I wanted. I wasn't being in my true, highest, most divine feminine nature because of all these negative emotions still swirling around in my body. And to let them go, I needed to let them go so I could actually relax into my body and feel peace and actually get back to my true nature. Because fear messes with everything in your life. Negative emotion messes with everything in your life. You feel like everything's going wrong and all this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stop ranting now and let's go back. You need to feel these emotions in a safe place and feel them really deeply in your body. You can feel them and then just notice where they end up. Like the emotion of fear. Where is it in your body? It's usually somewhere in the chest area for me, and jealousy is somewhere in my stomach, and anxiety, it's somewhere in my throat. Notice where these emotions are in your body, and as you're in your safe place, just breathe into those areas. So if I feel the emotion of anxiety, I take some time to feel it in my body. It feels so uncomfortable, but I just acknowledge it and look at it and observe it, and then I breathe into that part of my body. So I take an inhale, and as I'm exhaling, I let the air go into that part of my throat. And if you cry, it's completely fine. It's completely normal. Let your tears out. Let your tears out. Too many women are suppressing their emotions, suppressing their tears. We've been taught that tears are a sign of weakness and you should never ever cry. Do not believe in that lie. Your emotions are so powerful as a woman, as a feminine person. They are so powerful. Do not suppress them. Let all the emotions come out. Let the tears come out. It's okay. You're safe. This is a great way to actually acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your emotions, and begin healing. I still do this to this day because we all inevitably have to deal with negative emotions, whether we like it or not. We have to deal with them because we're human. They always come up. But what separates you from other people is how well you can healthily deal with them and manage them. So they come, and then you take care of them, and then they leave. They don't stick around anymore. And that's what separates you from other people. We should really be taught this in schools, but now you're just here learning from me, so it's okay. At least you're learning this right now. After you really feel those emotions in your body, now you could try something else. After you feel the emotions in your body, write everything down in a journal. I love this tactic. I love it. I don't even want to call it a tactic, but I can't find any other word. Whatever. This is amazing because this really frees your mind, frees yourself from the emotion. You feel like crap. Now I want you to vent in a journal about everything. About everything you're feeling. You can complain, you can curse people out, you can curse the world out. I don't care. Just vent everything that happened and all the emotions that you're feeling. I do this a lot, especially for emotions of jealousy, which I used to feel a lot back when I was just beginning my self-improvement journey, I used to feel that emotion a lot. So I would write down, oh my god, I'm so sick of this, and like I would write down everything that I was feeling. And let me give you my 3-step process that I use for this journaling technique. First, I start off by giving gratitude for the things I have. During my journaling process, I write down a list of things I'm grateful for. Then I start venting my emotions out on paper. The reason I do gratitude first is because, well, to comfort us that there are good things in our life and thank God, the universe, for all the blessings we already have in our life before we tell the universe about the problems that we're currently going through. If I'm too overwhelmed with the negative emotions that I really don't want to write gratitude, I just skip to the second step, which is venting. I open a new page in my notebook. I gratitude journal. Sometimes I don't if I'm angry too much. And then I just vent. I vent all of my feelings and write it all down on paper, completely unfiltered, not caring about the spelling, the grammar, whatever. I just do chicken scratch on the paper. So the third step that you can do is optional, and that is analyzing and really observing your thoughts. This third step, it doesn't apply for every single situation you're going to go through. Like, if you go through something harsh, like the death of a family member, you can't use this. But for surface level, shallow emotions, you can. For example, when I felt the emotion of jealousy really strongly a couple of years ago, what I did was that I vented all of my feelings about jealousy, why, like, oh my god, like this happened and I feel so horrible, this is what happened. And then I wrote everything down in my journal. And then I asked myself, why? Why was I feeling jealous? I asked myself all these why questions, like, why do I feel jealous? Why do I feel like this? Why? And I try to go deeper and deeper into why I was truly feeling that way, the root cause of my jealousy. And this is a really good method you can use to understand where that emotion is really coming from. Because a lot of the feelings of anger, negative emotions, they're all super surface level. So when you take the choice to go deeper into yourself and analyze, like, wait, why do I actually feel this way? Where is this coming from? It really helps you understand and connect to yourself more. It helps you understand yourself and helps you heal that emotion way better. Going back to that jealousy example again, I was really jealous, and then when I kept asking myself why do I feel this way, and I kept writing down the answers, like, oh, I feel jealous because the blah blah yada yada has this and I don't have this. Well, why does that make me feel jealous? Well, because of this, and I really want this, and I thought I should be perfect and I should have that as well. Well, why do I need to have that thing? And then I found out the root cause of my jealousy, the root emotion for jealousy was insecurity. Insecurity was the root cause. And when I realized that, it helped me so much to start working on healing that. Because I didn't know how to deal with jealousy. Jealousy, I didn't know how to deal with it. The only way I knew how to deal with it was just to suppress it and ignore it. But insecurity, I could deal with that. I could put in effort to make myself more confident, make myself feel more secure and good about myself and take care of myself. So my insecurity would naturally go away. And that's what I did. And now the emotion of jealousy, I know how to handle it perfectly. And I hardly feel that emotion anymore because of how well I handled it. If I just try to suppress it, it would just keep coming back over and over as the years went by. I would ignore it for a bit, but then again, I would have another situation where I was jealous. And I would suppress that again, and I would keep suppressing it and suppressing it. But since I know how to manage it and take care of myself properly to heal it, It doesn't bother me anymore. I feel so free. You don't have to just use this method of going deep into yourself just for the emotion of jealousy. It works for a lot of different emotions: anger, fear, anxiety, etc. But it doesn't work for every single situation out there. But if you really want to understand yourself more, ask yourself why questions after you vent all of your emotions out on the journal. Why do I feel this way? Why does this affect me? Why is this triggering me? Why? And get really curious about yourself. I felt the emotion of anger once when I was talking to my friends. It was intense. I tried to give my friends advice on what to do with the situation they were facing in their life, and I wanted to see them happy. But they did not take my advice and they ended up screwing up. And I felt so angry at them that I wanted to yell at them. Instead of doing that, I decided to feel the emotions of anger and then get my journal out and write down everything I was feeling. Oh, I can't believe my friends did this. And then I just vented all my feelings out on the paper. Then I asked myself, why? Why do I feel angry? I feel so angry because they didn't take my advice and they should have, and now their life sucks and that's so stupid. Why are they acting so stupid? Why does that bother me? Why does that affect me? Well, and then I answered that question, and then I went on with a few more questions until I finally arrived at the root cause. The root cause of why I was feeling so angry was because of love. I loved my friends and I wanted to see them happy. And it broke my heart when they didn't take my advice and ended up screwing themselves over. And once I realized that I felt anger out of love, my emotions disappeared. My negative emotions disappeared. A lot of times, the emotion of anger, it's caused when you feel hurt. It's caused when someone else does something or something happens and you just feel sad and hurt and betrayed. You feel those emotions. Now, give this method a go. To recap, the 3 steps are: 1, gratitude. Write down the list of things you're grateful for before you begin venting your feelings onto the journal. 2 is to vent your feelings. Write down everything. Don't care. Grammar doesn't matter. Nothing. Just keep writing and writing. Let your emotions flow out. 3 is to observe and analyze your emotions. This doesn't apply to every single experience or situation, but try to do this with every single emotion that you're feeling. So once you're done venting, really try to understand why you feel these emotions. Why do I feel this way? Ask yourself why questions. Why does this emotion here? Why do I feel this way? Why is this in particular making me uncomfortable? Try to get to the root cause of where the emotion is actually coming from. Now these are 3 journaling steps that you can take to healthily manage stress, negative emotions, instead of suppressing them and making your life worse. This practice is exactly what I follow whenever I have a bad situation come up in my life and I feel too overwhelmed. And it works like magic. It's amazing. You're definitely gonna feel way lighter after you do this. I guarantee it. You're gonna feel way more lighter and feel much more better after you do the steps that I've told you to do. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video.